I just realized there is a lot of gray going on in this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you've read the title of this video, you'll know that I have some exciting news for you guys, and I'm pregnant! So first off, sorry for the boring background, like I didn't do my normal vanity background. I don't know, I just wanted something plain to like sit and chat with you guys and just kind of share my exciting news with you. So if you've been a subscriber of mine for a while, you guys will know Jesse and I have been struggling trying to conceive for the past couple years. Actually, this month, it'll be 3 years that we've been trying to have a baby. And I did document, we've had 3 miscarriages. I did document the first one and the third one. So I'll link one up here. I never remember. I think it's this side. I don't know. Anyways, I'll link one up there, and then I'll link them both down below. And then I think I had some follow-up videos after my third one. So I'll link all the videos having to do with us trying to conceive, TTC, down below for you guys if you kind of want to catch up and everything like that. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already knew about this. We did post the announcement, which I always link my Instagram down below as well. So if you want to see our announcement, go ahead and check that out. But it was so sweet. A few of you actually commented on that video, hey, are you gonna do a video on this? Like, we've been following your journey and stuff like that. So I was like, yes, I need to complete the journey here. So today is today is Jesse's birthday. So it is Wednesday, September 12th when I'm filming this. And as of today, I am Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I am 12 weeks and 4 days. And we did have our 12-week appointment last Thursday, so a week ago tomorrow, and everything is going good so far. If you're stopping by for the first time on this channel, let's see, my first pregnancy, I had a miscarriage. So real quick, before I get into it, I'm sure you guys want to see the bump. Let me just show you. So I'm not really sure if it's quite a bump or if I'm just getting a little, I don't know. I always kind of have a pooch right here anyways. But this is what it looks like so far. It is actually kind of getting hard. But yeah, I'm like, am I bloated? Is it baby? You know, but yeah, that's what I look like. Also, guys, can I just say that I'm gonna go into kind of my journey so far, but can I just say I've gotten a mean freaking happy trail. Like, I just shaved it, otherwise I'd probably show you guys. But yeah, that happened with my first pregnancy too. But yeah, if you're pregnant or have been pregnant and got a happy trail too, like this video, make me feel like I'm not the only werewolf out there. But yes, as I was saying, just a quick recap. Like I said, if you haven't been following my journey and you just really quick want to know what happened, the first miscarriage, we got pregnant not last September, 3 years ago September. So September of 2015, it was a miscarriage. That baby was due in June. My body went 12 weeks and we went in for a 12-week appointment. I didn't have any bleeding or cramping or anything like that. We had gone in for a 12-week appointment to see the baby, and they did the ultrasound, and the baby was really, really tiny. It stopped growing at 6 weeks. And so I did have to take a pill to help me get rid of the baby because my body was not wanting to do that. So that first time, Jesse and I decided we wanted to start trying that month, in September, and it happened right away. Then after that miscarriage, it took a while. I think it took about 6 to 7 months, something like that. The second pregnancy was so foggy, but it did take longer. And so I had gotten pregnant, and then that one was kind of textbook miscarriage. At 7 weeks, I started bleeding, and then I started cramping, and then I just passed it naturally. Everything happened normal. And then the third time, it took another 8 months to get pregnant, so it took even longer. And that time, I think I had gotten pregnant in April by the third pregnancy because the baby was due at the end of January. And I had a missed miscarriage with that one as well, which that one, we were being monitored the whole time. We saw and heard the baby's heartbeat at 7.5 weeks. Then we went in for our 12-week appointment, and literally like the day before our appointment, I started very lightly spotting, and I was like, oh. So we went in for our appointment, and they did the ultrasound, and the baby was only at about 8.5 weeks. So it took almost about a month for my body to kind of recognize that that baby was gone. And that one, I had DNC scheduled, which is the surgery that they take everything out. And like the day before my surgery, all of a sudden I just passed everything at home. So that was, so my last miscarriage was July of last year, 2017. And this time around, I got pregnant in July, and we were trying since about September, October. So this time it took almost a year to get pregnant, which just that in itself, like if you're watching this and are struggling just getting pregnant or have never been pregnant, like I am so sorry. Like it is such a hard road. Like it's probably one of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through, just this whole process, you know? So if you're watching this and are not yet pregnant and are kind of watching this more for hope, like I'm giving you a hug, I'm sending you lots of baby vibes, and I'm not gonna tell you to, you know, stop thinking about it, because, you know, if I had $1 for every time people say, oh, once you stop trying, it'll happen, which I know they mean well. Like anything people said to me or say to you, most people mean it in a really good way. They're just trying to comfort you and help you. But if you are the one struggling with fertility, and usually the people who say that don't really understand and have never had to struggle with fertility. So it's just something that they just don't understand, that saying things like that can kind of be like, yeah, well, if I freaking could stop wanting and trying, I would, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to kind of put that out there and like send you love and good baby vibes. Like I said, if you're watching this and are still struggling, which, I mean, I'm 12.5 weeks, so I still get nervous sometimes. I'm still like, this is the biggest baby we've had, and we did get to see it. Our last appointment, we didn't get to see it. We just heard the Doppler, and he put it over my tummy, and we heard it. So the last time we saw it was at around 9.5 weeks. I'll post a little picture here of what he looked like, or she, gosh, I don't know why I keep saying he. Like from the time I got pregnant and up until now, like I just felt like it's a boy for some reason. And like I'm sure you're wondering, because so many people ask us, do you want a boy or a girl? And I know this is the cheesiest answer, but I honestly just want a healthy baby. Like I would be so excited for a girl. I think girls are going to be so much funner to dress. I love little girls, but then I also love little boys too. Like I would be so excited to have a little boy. So I don't really care, but I've just been feeling lately that it's a boy. Not lately, like the whole time pretty much. So I don't know, we'll see. But we did go ahead and do the genetic testing. So that one is the one at your 12-week appointment. Usually they can give you the option. It's just drawing your blood. It's not invasive. I'm like, you're not going near my belly, are you? And they're like, no, it's fine. But yeah, so they just draw your blood and they just check to make sure all the chromosomes and everything are lined up. And they can also tell the gender that way now too. Like how freaking cool. So we should be finding out in about a week or so if it's a boy or a girl. So I will definitely make a video for you guys once that happens. And if you kind of want to know, like right when we know, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Like I said, I'll put my handle here and then I'll leave a link in the description box, because that's kind of where I post first usually. But yeah, so I'll keep you updated on that. And as far as like my whole journey so far, if you guys watched a couple months ago, I made a video on a really bad car accident that I got in. And at that time, I had just found out I was pregnant, like a couple days before that accident. And so that was super, super hard. I was kind of crampy, and I honestly genuinely thought like something was wrong, which if you guys have watched any of my other miscarriage videos, actually all 3 of my miscarriages, I knew something was wrong, like I guess in my brain before my body did, or I don't know. I knew something was wrong before anyone else did every single time. And so I don't know, I just had weird feelings. The 3rd one, I had a dream. So after the accident, I was so worried because the airbags went off and I had my seatbelt on and, and I had some pretty bad cramping actually. And so I was just almost like convinced that something was gonna go wrong or something was wrong. We had an appointment. I got in an accident on Saturday and I think we had an appointment that Tuesday. So it was perfect anyways. Like, we're like, wait, well, we'll find out, what's happening. But the day before that appointment, I honestly, I was probably about 80% sure that our appointment was not gonna go well and that we were gonna have to go through this again, which it was so refreshing to be wrong. Like, as weird as that sounds, because we went to the appointment and everything was good and it was so sweet. Like, our doctor is amazing. If you guys are in Tucson, Arizona, definitely go to Desert Bloom OBGYN across from St. Joe's. They are freaking wonderful. So yeah, that was really, really exciting to be wrong and like, okay, cool. So anytime I get, this bad feeling, it doesn't necessarily mean that something's wrong. You know what I mean? So that was really nice. And then we did have quite a big scare around 9.5 weeks. I'm gonna make a whole separate video about that, which that'll be uploaded next. So if you're not part of the notification squad, hit that little bell button so that way you're notified when that video goes up. Because I kind of wanted to just make a quick video just about that. That way it'll be easier if someone else is going through the same thing. It'll be easier for them to find that video, if that makes any sense. But at 9.5 weeks, we did have a scare and that was awful, but it ended up being okay. And yeah, the first 12 weeks, I've just been taking it easy. I did go ahead and let my boss know at work. If you don't know, I actually don't really talk about my work very much, but I am a server at a resort/country club. And so I'm up on my feet a lot, but my doctor's like, hey, you need to take it easy, because I just have had trouble carrying the first trimester. So I did let my boss know kind of early, like, hey, like, I can't be working doubles. And he was so awesome, like, really accommodating. And I couldn't be lifting heavy things either, just for the first trimester. So that was another thing that I just made sure to do. I did stop working out also, which I plan on, let's see, Saturday I'll be 13 weeks. And I don't know, some things say 13 weeks is second trimester, some say 14. Technically, if you divide the 40 weeks by 13 weeks and 3 days is officially the second trimester. But I'm going to slowly go back to the gym once I hit the second trimester. So yeah, real quick, I'll just kind of give you guys some of my symptoms. So every time I've gotten pregnant, right away, my boobs start hurting and they get really big. Like, that's almost every single time. That's kind of how I officially knew before taking the test, is my boobs got really big. And Jesse would be like, gosh, your boobs look really big, So that was one of my first symptoms. And then actually before I found out, there was a couple times at work where I didn't even think I was pregnant. Like, I had no idea, because we'd been trying for so long at this point that I kind of got to the point where I stopped getting excited or anxious when I was supposed to get my period, because I just was like, I had probably taken at least 6 or 7 tests, you know what I mean, in the past, year, maybe more than that. So at this point I was kind of just like, I just didn't even think about it anymore. And so there was a couple times at work where all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I feel like I have to throw up. And it was really weird. I got really sick all of a sudden. And it was funny, some of my coworkers like, maybe you're pregnant. And I was like, I hope so, and so that was kind of weird. And so once we found out, I started getting sick. Like, I was nauseous all day, every day. Like, in the morning, I wouldn't throw up, but I would dry heave, because I didn't have anything to throw up, but I would dry heave. And I just felt like I had to throw up all day long. Like, I didn't really have that much of an appetite. This has been the first pregnancy that I didn't really have too many cravings. It was kind of opposite. Like, I didn't want to eat. And then around 8 weeks, the nausea completely went away, which I was so worried about. I was like, oh gosh, because that's one thing that's always scary if you've had miscarriages, is when some of your symptoms go away. So when that happened, I got really nervous. I was like, again, I got a feeling, I was like, oh God, does this mean, something wrong is happening again? But everything was fine. Obviously, I've just been super, super tired. I have cried at stupid things Not lately, but I would say maybe between like week 5 and maybe like 10. I was just like super like crying over silly things. Like I was watching this show, it's called Little Women LA. Comment down below if you watch that show too. But they were doing an exercise like to build friendship where they were walking on tight ropes, and some of them got really scared and were crying and like were terrified, and I started crying like for them, with them, I don't know, but so silly. And then I would just cry at like other little things. I watched that movie, What to Expect When You're Expecting, and I freaking cried. So I did have that, and yeah, I mean, other than that, like I haven't had any other symptoms. I have to say the past like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, I have all of a sudden just been so hungry. Not necessarily craving anything like specifically in particular. The only thing I have to say is like I always want red onions. Like I want salads with red onions. I want sandwiches with red onions, like raw red onions. I want burgers with raw red onions. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I just wanted to share my news with you guys, kind of give you a quick, this video is probably so long, but a quick summary of my journey so far. I obviously am going to keep you updated, and like I said, my next video, I will be talking about our little scare we had at 9.5 weeks. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for everybody who's been with me like this whole time, supporting me, you know, thinking about me, sending me good vibes. Like I appreciate you guys so much. Like it is overwhelming how much support we've had throughout this whole journey, like on YouTube, even at work. Like it was so sweet. Like I had so many friends at work who kind of knew what had been going on and how we've been trying, and they were just so supportive and like, you know, it's gonna happen and positive. And then when it happened, they were all so excited, and family members, of course. Like it's just been so nice to have a lot of support. So I just want to say thank you if you're watching this and have been one of those supporters. I love you so much. But yeah, I'll stop rambling, and I will see you in the